What's going on, gamers? It's your boy Daily here, and today we are back with some more Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. And we have 2 million Jedi Knights facing up against 1 million Modern Combat Special Operations US Army soldiers. It is going to be insane. If you guys enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 500K, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more. Let's get into it. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2. All of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Alrighty then, boys, pressing start right here. Now, right off the rip, I think you guys are going to be asking, why on earth would you do this? Have the modern soldiers outnumber the Jedi? And well, I did a few tests before this battle, because we've done Jedi versus World War II soldiers, and the Jedi were still able to absolutely dominate them. Like, we did 10,000 Jedi versus 100,000 World War II soldiers. The Jedi still won. However, I was testing this out, and I did 10,000 versus 100,000 modern soldiers, and the modern soldiers absolutely curb-stomped the Jedi. And then I tried, well, let's see what happens when there's 120,000 Jedi versus 1.2 million modern soldiers, a very arbitrary number. The Jedi still got curb-stomped. Like, we're talking not even close of a battle. So now we're trying 2 million Jedi versus 1 million modern soldiers. And I think the modern soldiers, honestly, they do so well in these battles because they're just insane units. It's as simple as that. They are just god tier units. They actually are. Modern soldiers are some of the most powerful units in all of Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. And it's really just shown in the fact that they're able to destroy Jedi at alarming rates on this battlefield. Like, right now, we have 1,500 dead modern soldiers and 12,000 dead Jedi. Yes, the Jedi are losing right now against the modern soldiers. It looks like the Jedi are gaining a lot of ground, but in gaining that ground, they are dying at a fairly rapid pace against these modern soldiers here, who are just getting so many good licks in against these Jedi. Now, the story might change as we get into the inner city here, where there's going to be less modern soldiers able to fire at once at the Jedi, and the Jedi are going to have to take on less at a time. Then maybe the Jedi might be able to make a bit of a comeback here, but for right now, the Jedi are actually getting crushed. And look at this, as they're trying to round up over this hillside, they're actually not able to make it any farther. That's insane. More modern soldiers are able to fire from all the way back there, and now the Jedi, they come up over the top and they are crushed. How much health do these guys have? 2K. They have 2,000 health. That's a lot of health. Modern soldiers only have 300. Oh my god, they are getting absolutely dominated right now. Look at this. Have you ever seen such a Jedi slaughter? Okay, yeah, you probably have if you've seen Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. The women and the children, too, am I right? Although that was in regards to Tusken Raiders, but who cares? Okay, over this way, it seems like the Jedi are faring a little bit better at the very least. They're still moving through a good number of these modern soldiers and gaining ground on them. However, at the same time, the modern soldiers are getting a lot of kills on them. Jedi also trying to do a very large flank over here on the left side, and it looks like a number of them are pushing upwards from here. That's kind of an interesting tactic. Very nice. I like to see that, actually, just because getting more angles on these modern soldiers is going to help the Jedi in the long term, I think. But right now, in the short term, the Jedi are getting absolutely squashed. Are they also moving, like, way over here? That's the area where they're getting stuck. It looks like Jedi are in fact moving up this way too, and they seem to be getting stuck up here as well now. Yikes. And then No Jedi moving over this way, though maybe eventually some of them will try taking that flank route, which could be helpful. The more flanking, the better, I would say, in a battle like this. But right now we have 55,000 dead Jedi and 2.8k dead modern soldiers. The Jedi are just getting decimated right now. It is definitely a bit of a yikes at the moment. This is definitely like the front lines, this middle section here. This is probably the most crazy area that we're going to be seeing. So I think this is where we should start off with our first time lapse here. See if the Jedi can break through at any point during this. We'll see. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough. But let's find out. I mean, the Jedi, man, they are god tier unit. They're insanely powerful. But the modern soldiers are still dominating them. It's crazy. All right, let's go ahead and do this time lapse, baby. After about 10 minutes of this time lapse, things are still going terribly for the Jedi Knights. They've lost 300,000 and they've only killed 3.8k. That's so bad, dude. So I think after this battle, we're gonna have to ramp up the number of Jedi by a lot to manage to conquer some modern soldiers here, because right now the modern soldiers are just crushing these boys, absolutely devastating them into the ground. It's not even close. It's not even close, dude. Oh my god. Like, seriously. So why don't we do a long time lapse over here this time? A big bird's eye view of Jedi moving into this kill zone. And then we'll go ahead and see where we're at and see if we need to revamp this battle with like 6 million Jedi or something crazy. Something to get them a dub. Let's see. Alright, it's been about 30 minutes, and modern soldiers have this on lock, boys. Look at all the dead Jedi lightsabers. Actually, that's kind of sick. It's almost like they made, like, spikes in the ground. So that when... Oh, that would be so cool, actually. Like Star Wars spikes in the ground for a defense. Like, instead of, like, actual spikes, you know, that they use in, like, medieval castle sieges and stuff like that. Have actual lightsaber spikes. That would freaking sick to see. That'd be really, really cool. They're really expensive to get all the Kyber crystals or whatever, so maybe not. Either way, only 6,500 of these modern soldiers have died. I think it's time to call it quits on this battle and just really revamp the Jedi here and increase their numbers a substantial amount. Because this battle's going nowhere for the Jedi. They're screwed. Let's do it. Alright, boys. Now we have 4 million Jedi Knights surrounding the city, filled to the brim with 1 million modern soldiers. We'll see if this ends up working. Not entirely sure if it will. Could still be a very, very tight race, all in all. And I mean, right off the rip, modern soldiers with a dominating lead of 10,000 kills versus 1,000, but the Jedi are getting more kills than they did previously, you know, in a more rapid manner. So that's at least good to see for the Jedi. Maybe they'll actually manage something here. But I think the fact that, you know, obviously they have double the number of soldiers they had before, and also they completely surround the modern soldiers now. Those two factors are going to be extremely, extremely powerful in this entire battle. So we'll just have to see. We, of course, have these guys coming around the flank of the city now, coming into the backs, the booties of these modern soldiers, many of them getting shot down very, very rapidly. Like, look at this, man. Oh, it is a Jedi slaughter. This is a event worse than Order 66 by far. The ratio, excuse me, a little burp. The ratio of Jedi killed here to Order 66 is absurd. It's absurd. These Jedi are getting absolutely slaughtered, man. Absolutely 100% slaughtered. So this is where the corner of the modern soldier line is. You could actually kind of see right there. So we got Jedi coming in from two different directions against these guys, real rough. Is there a fight going on the top of this mountain? Oh, that's kind of sick. We got modern soldiers holding this mountain against Jedi attacking them. That's kind of baller. A bunch of dead Jedi just flying off the top of there, off that peak. My goodness, man. This is absurd. This is kind of freaking crazy. Already have 130,000 dead Jedi and 10,000 dead modern soldiers. So the Jedi are doing better this time, although they are still suffering immense losses during this battle. Look at this. We just got snipers up here just straight up firing away. That's kind of sick. That is pretty freaking sick. The same sort of thing seems to be happening over here where the Jedi are just like stuck at the very top of this hill. That is going to be another kill box, but hopefully the other sides that are pressuring are now going to alleviate those Jedi stuck in those kill boxes, and you know, maybe they could do a little bit better in those regards. Hopefully, we'll just have to wait and see. It's going to take a little bit of time before we get a definitive answer to that. Either way, I figure let's go ahead and do a time lapse over here in this corner, and we can see all the modern soldiers facing off against all these Jedi coming at them over here. I think that should be pretty cool to watch. Yeah, let's watch it like this. Yeah. All right, and remember at the top right, we've got all the stats going on for this battle, so if you're curious as to who's winning, who's losing, all that good stuff, it's over at the top right. Let's cue this time lapse. Well, fellows, we finally have a breakthrough for the Jedi. They wiped out all of these modern soldiers and are actually proceeding forward here. That is pretty cuckoo. And actually, there's only 200,000 modern soldiers left alive. Apparently, the Jedi only got 84,000 kills, but there must be some environmental factor going on, or somehow Jedi kills aren't being counted, because it only says they've gotten 85,000 kills. Meanwhile, there's only 224,000 modern soldiers left alive. Of course, on the flip side, there's only 2.4 million Jedi left alive, and 1.5 million are dead. So the modern soldiers are still cleaning up pretty nicely against these Jedi, though I do think that as of right now, they're getting less and less kills on the Jedi as they have less and less soldiers available to fire at the Jedi, and that's leading the Jedi to be able to get these kills that they previously were unable to. And now we're seeing the Jedi actually moving through the modern soldiers like butter. Like butter right there. Ayo! Although in different areas such as these hills and stuff like that, it looks like the Jedi are still being stuck and completely unable to push through that way. So that's definitely a bit of a difficulty for them. Actually, let's go this way real quick and see if the hillsides are still being held. Oh yeah, Jedi are still not getting through these hillsides over here. Wow. That's crazy. Modern soldiers still holding those hillsides. And over here, look at this. These are all dead Jedi on these body piles. Literally every last one of those is a dead Jedi. The Jedi Knights are getting crushed. Absolutely crushed on this side of the battlefield. But luckily, of course, there is that flank going on, and that flank is going to be moving through here. And look at that, yeah. Jedi are moving back this way, and modern soldiers are having to peel off and go reinforce the flanks to try and stop these Jedi from coming directly into them. Looks like just kind of small squads of Jedi right now moving through the flank. Not massive armies that are further back here. They seem to be going more in this direction over this way. But you know, eventually they'll get here. Why don't we go ahead and do a big old bird's eye view time lapse of the Jedi coming in this way and coming around this flank, which I think will be the first flank to really be struck here. Okay, there are now only 30,000, my dog's playing with the tennis ball in the background, modern soldiers left alive. They haven't lost that much ground. I mean, throughout that time lapse, they've only been pushed back to over here, so I'm wondering where the rest of the loss came from. Maybe over this way? I mean, these modern soldiers are still holding this gap right here. What the heck, dude? And then there's still guys all up in here. Oh, it looks like maybe over this way. Yeah, the modern soldiers over here were finally defeated. And so now they're getting sort of hunted down, the last remnants of them, and slaughtered by the incoming Jedi. So it's probably only a matter of time before this and this right over here get ended. I think these are the last two massive holdouts of modern soldiers. Still getting crazy numbers of kills on the Jedi. They're almost at 2 million kills total. I say we do one last time lapse right here. We can watch these modern soldiers get flanked, which is happening like just about right now. And then also we can kind of in the top left corner there see more modern soldiers over that way potentially getting flanked. So this will be kind of neat. Let's check it out. Okay, so these guys over here got wiped out, and it looks like these guys over here also got wiped out. Apparently there's still 1,000 modern soldiers. Oh, they're over here. Oh, they're just chilling on these edges. Can the Jedi even get up here? I don't really think they can. I'll let it run for a little bit and see if the Jedi can figure out a way to glitch their way up to these guys, but if they can't, we're just gonna call it a Jedi victory here. But it takes a lot of Jedi, overwhelming numbers of Jedi to kill modern soldiers. It's actually very impressive. I'm shocked. The modern soldiers, man, they're just the real MVPs, baby. The real MVPs. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. There's a way for the Jedi to get up here. They're not even really glitching their way up here. So we are going to call it a Jedi victory because obviously there's still 2 million of them left. But I guess technically you could call it a modern soldier victory since they could just shoot the Jedi for the next probably month and finally get the win. But I'm not going to sit here and do that. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.